Now, if you'll accept my apology, I'm sorry for being a day late. But we're still gonna do a lovely recap of this week in the market, baby. That's right. You thought I was late. You thought I wasn't gonna do it. Here we go. Day late. We're doing it. 5 days out. Looking at the Dow Jones. Starting with the Dow Jones. We're gonna look at each indice. Then we're gonna index. We're gonna look at each index, all of the indices. Then we're gonna look into some of the top gainers and losers. Let's go for it. On the week, the Dow was up 1.14%. Let's freaking go. What another lovely week. We had another great week. It was fantastic. It was a huge week. Year to date, this thing's up 22%. That's crazy. I mean, you can't be a loser in a market like this. There's no way you're down this year. There's no way you should be up big. That's why I'm up big. So let's go, baby. Let's look at the S&P. Which, lovely. I love when that bad boy is still sticking over that 3,000. Up 1.65%. Up 28.5%. Year to date. Year to date up 28.5%. These numbers are historically large. It's crazy. Now, does this scare me for what might come next year? I don't think so. I don't think it necessarily, because we had such a big run-up, doesn't mean I'm going to be hurting later. Let's take it. I'm going to take these gains while I got them. So, trust me, I'm not upset about this by any means. Let's go. The NASDAQ, you already know it. We're closing in on 9,000. Let's go. We need it. We need 9,000. And we're going to hit 9,000 at some point. Let's go. Hopefully by the end of the year, we can hit 9,000. We should be able to, so let's see. Oh, that's right. On the week, up 2.18% on the NASDAQ. Let's freaking go. Up 34.5% year to date. These numbers are ridiculously good. That's what I'm talking about. This is the kind of day you like to see. It's a day you like to see, which means, in my case, I'm going to point out, we're going to get into the losers and winners of this week. I'm going to start off with one of the daily losers from Friday, so you might be able to see a potential bounce back, but I don't necessarily see it. I see more downward movement. It's going to be Stealth Bios. Their main drug there, elamipretide. I think I said it right the first time, actually, to be frankly honest. That's right, unsuccessful results in phase 3 clinical trial. Now, I must say, obviously, unsuccessful is very rough. Obviously, this is clearly a drug meant to help with primary mitochondrial myopathy. And trust me, as a man who is clearly well educated in the field of medicine, I can pronounce any sort of disease very well. Thank you very much. But, again, the thing is, this thing did make it to phase 3, obviously, which is a decent sign. There's several phases, obviously, to any sort of drug launch, but passing phase 1 and 2 is a good thing for them. But the fact that they failed phase 3 sucks, because at the end of the road, it's still a failed drug, and you still have to go almost to the drawing board on it. So the shares halted trading for a little bit, and then they went ahead and resumed, and this guy was down over 60% on the day. That's rough. Oh, that was a nice neck crack, I can tell you that. Yeah, so you might be able to see a bounce back. I don't think you're going to see a bounce back, because something that's this major to this company, I'm not going to see much of a bounce back. I think there's going to be more downward movement on Monday, actually, at open. We're going to look at Fridays, some of the top gainers and losers Friday. We have Marinus Pharmaceuticals up 42, Prothena up 27, Applied Genetic Technologies up 26, Rite Aid still up 25. Rite Aid was going off. Run Holdings up 20, Cortexim up 20, 10x Genomics, up 19%, Cabaletta Bio up 19, LAIX up 18, and Cassava Sciences up 18. Every single one of these bad boys is all pharmaceutical companies. That's wild stuff. Obviously, you see the losers, Stealth Bio down 63. Valeritas Holding, VLRX, pretty popular little stock people trade around with. Little penny stock. It's a pretty popular one, but that thing got hammered. So, Abiona Therapeutics down 37. Nebriva Therapeutics down 20. Calamp down 17. Vaccinex down 13. Endra Life Sciences down 12. Health Insurance Innovations down 12. Transworld Entertainment down 11. And Dicerna Pharmaceuticals down 10. Next, we're going to take a look at just on the week, some of the big gainers and losers, just the full week. So, as far as your gainers, these are all going to be stocks that have had consistent 5 consecutive days of gains. So the whole week, they were in the green every single day. So you have Axum Therapeutics, which changed 115% over the past week. Travel Centers of America, LLC, up 79.5% in the past week. Cortexum, as we saw on Friday's gainers, rose 70% on the week. China Online Education Group, kind of a popular little penny stock. You know what, ByteFans? You didn't detect nothing. IGM Biosciences, up 45 on the week. Cifco, up 43. Galera Therapeutics, up 40. LSB Industries, up 38. Overseas Ship Holding Group, up 35. Anything interesting looking here? I don't think there's anything super interesting that I'm mega interested in and that I was looking at going up, but obviously you see Netflix here was up 12.8%, whereas Grubhub also ended up getting up 12.5%. Gotta love that. Good job, Grubhub. But that's as far as anything that's super significant looking at. Let's look at some of the losers in this category. Again, there's 5 consecutive days of losing, which is difficult when the market's up so huge. So, technical communication is down 31. Preformed line down 19. Avadel Pharmaceuticals down 16.5. Catalyst Pharmaceutical, guess what? It's one of my holdings, down 14. That blows. It blows pretty hard. If we're looking at anything that I really want to say that stands out in terms of buying opportunities, I don't know if there's anything necessarily that I see on here that's like shooting at me that I wanted to buy. There's nothing really that great. Obviously, good old Charles Schwab fallen. Meanwhile, TD Ameritrade's been doing great work for me, but Charles Schwab here, once I get these, I'm okay with it. If I get these cheaper Charles Schwab shares once this potential merger goes through, I'm okay with it. So, let's freaking go. Other than that, we obviously have if you look here, we have a lovely, what's this garbage? Stocks continue broad-based gains. Stocks rose further into record territory with the S&P hitting an all-time high for the 7th straight session. Let's go. 7 straight sessions of gains amid continued optimism on resolving the U.S.-China trade war and strengthened domestic consumer spending. Can we continue this trend into next week? Let's hope so. Let's keep it going. I think we can have a positive week next week, but in my honest opinion, I think it'll be relatively flat. Not that many days for trading. I think it's going to be a relatively flat day. Trump tweeted that he's had very good talk with President Xi about the trade deal, and China has already started large-scale purchases of agricultural product and more. Q3 consumer spending growth was revised higher to 3.2% from 2.9%. That's fan-freaking-tastic. We love those numbers. I love to see those numbers. I'm a huge numbers guy, and I'm a huge numbers guy, and I love it. the week, the S&P jumped 1.5%, Dow rose 1.2%, Nasdaq climbed 2.1%. S&P and Nasdaq enjoying the best weekly performance showing since August. All of the sectors in the S&P 500 were up. Let's freaking go. So again, here you go. That's what you got for the week, and I hope you enjoyed. Let's keep it up in the next week. Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry freaking Christmas. Let's go. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. That's a Christmas song just for you.